Hey guys, welcome to another Mad Mag Mondays. Today I'll be showing you how to perform a basic service on your Magna, which, well, it goes for pretty much any car across the board. Basic services are pretty much the same, they don't really change much. But yeah, this will be specific for a Magna, of course. So we'll just be doing oil change, air filter, and oil filter, of course, as well. A lot of people will do fuel filter as well, but I don't have one laying around, unfortunately, so I won't be doing that one today, but I will do it another time. So today I will just be showing you how to do a basic service, so just oil and air. Unfortunately, I don't need to do plugs, leads, belts, anything like that on any of our cars because one of them isn't going. One of them was done not that long ago, and this one also doesn't need doing either. So yeah, just the basics today. So things that you will need for doing this service, obviously oil and air filter, which I have right here. Now you can use whatever brand you like. It's completely up to you what you want to use. I just have Ryco because that's just what I had laying around. So I was like, well, we need to do it, so let's just do it. We might as well video it while we do it. So the oil filter you will need is a 456. And the air filter that you will need is a 1514. Obviously, these part numbers are dependent on brand. So if you have, say, a Repco filter, I believe the number for the Repco filter is an ROF 117. I could be wrong. Don't hold me to that. If you do forget, you can always go into your local store and ask. Wherever it is you shop, they'll be able to tell you what you need. I will just touch lightly with the air filter as well. I do actually run a K&N cleanable filter in the Mag, so my red car, but I just haven't got around to getting one for this. Now, I don't have it in there for performance reasons. I'm not interested in pod filters. They do tend to stuff with the MAF on Magnas anyway, so you should just stay clear of them. Now, with the cleaning of a K&N filter, they come in like a little pack with these two products. Now, one of them is good for the bin, which is this one, it's like an oil that you just spray on after you've cleaned it. Now, what it actually does, I don't know, but it's no good. What basically happens, if you spray this on, eventually it will end up running through your MAF and completely, because we can't swear on YouTube, buggering it up. This cleaner is pretty okay to use. To be honest, you can just kind of wash it out with a garden hose if you want to. But this is perfectly okay. Just make sure you wash it out properly and not like a half-assed job because, you know, it can still end up through your MAF. And most importantly, if you are using a K&N filter, make sure it's dry before you put it back in. Water and electricals don't go well, and I know you're probably thinking, oh, it doesn't go through. No, it can get through your MAF. Obviously, the air has to go through there at some point because otherwise, how does your computer know how much air is going in, how much fuel to mix with it? Anyway, that's enough of my rant. K&N filters are great if you know how to use them properly. If not, stick with paper filters. They work perfectly fine. Now, another thing that you should have for your service, which you probably have anyway because it just comes in handy and it's only a few dollars a can, degreaser. Every Magna owner's best friend. It's really good. It means you're not going to have bits of oil flying around everywhere. It's not going to be burning off like every other Magna that you see in the car park down at your local shopping centre. It's just good to have anyway. It cleans pretty much anything. And it's really good to actually just spray on your driveway as well to stop it getting potholes because that's the last thing you want. The other thing too is it's actually super duper windy outside. So I do apologise for any wind noise. It's probably also going to rain, so I'm going to have to rush through this. But we'll try and do it as thoroughly and as educationally as we can. So yeah, please bear with us, guys. We're still new to this whole YouTube video showing people how to do things thing. So yeah, today we'll be doing a basic service. I will move the cars around, put this at the bottom, well, in the middle, and get it jacked up and show you guys what to do next. Okay, so for some reason our sump plug is a 17 mil instead of a 20 whatever a normal sump plug is mil. So this is your sump plug here, obviously on the back of the sump. Now it is a little bit awkward because the jack stand is here. This is my bucket for the oil. So I'm gonna have to hold shit real awkward, but it's a little bit awkward anyway because it's a bit squishy under here.
And it's in the driveway.
And I'm probably not even gonna be able to get this under.
Because Floyd's is the one that wasn't ended up too tight last time.
Oh, I'm gonna strip that. No, got it. Okay, so with some muscle power that I don't have much of, let's be honest, and shit aim, not even giggity, we can undo the sump plug.
Yeah.
So when the flow eventually slows down, there is quite a few litres to come out, so you do have to be pretty patient. When it slows down to pretty much a dribble and there's basically nothing coming out, just pop the sump plug back in. Obviously make sure you do it up, otherwise you'll have oil leaking everywhere, and we don't want that happening. So Floyd was really great and actually loosened the oil filter for me. Let's not talk about the fact that he tried to do it the wrong way. Because I am not very strong and my hands are slippery and caked in oil and I still can't get it anyway. So picking on him wasn't probably a good idea. But the oil filter is up on this side, on the other side of the sump, which is probably a little bit hard to see. And it's really slippery. There we go. So like anything, if it is too slippery, just grab something that you can undo it with. And oil will go on you. Can you just make sure none of that gets on my camera, please? There we go. Okay, so with the oil filter, it does come with the plastic. It's a fucking pain in the ass to get it off, but done. Now with the filter, what you want to be doing is not littering with that bit of plastic. So with this ring around here, this sealing ring, you want to be putting a bit of oil around that so it doesn't dry up and crack, as with any seal when you change it. So when you put the oil filter back on, obviously just the same way you took it off, just spin it on until it's nice and tight. And don't thread it. Top tip, because it felt like it wanted to then. Not the easiest thing in the world to replace, at least if with a sump plug, if you do strip it for whatever reason, you can easily go and buy a new one. So air filter, obviously nice and clean, no bugs, no black, no anything gross. So probably the easiest part of this is changing the air filter. Pop, pop, and out. So as you can see, there's a huge difference. You should not run an air filter. People have been like, what if I bypass it, will extra air go in? No, you're just being an absolute dick. Don't do it. All this shit will end up in your engine. And yeah, do you really want dead flies in there? I don't think so. So this panel side here goes to the front, that part goes to the rear. Now they can be a little bit tricky to get back in, so it is a bit of a kind of give it a wobble till it goes in sort of thing. And a lot of these clips do tend to break, so don't stress if yours does. They are readily available. Just pop down to the local wreckers and grab some. So for your engine oil, you can use whichever viscosity you please. Your engine age, condition, case, all that kind of stuff will depend on the bit oil you need to use. In our VRX we run 1540. Floyd did try putting in 530 and I was like, not today, Satan, that's too thin. And he's holding the camera going, and now he's laughing, so it's okay, I'm off the hook. So you need 4.6 litres roughly. It's always good, you know, go off what the manufacturer says. If you're not sure, if you can't remember, like I said before, just pop down to your local auto parts store and they'll be able to tell you what you need. Now there is a trick to pouring oil and I can't do it because my arm is pretty well scarred. So I just kind of do it the messy way, but if you do pour it on an angle, it is much easier, especially if you don't have a funnel. If you have a funnel, then it's pretty easy. Now it's also wise after you've filled it up, or even as you're filling it up, check the dipstick. Make sure you clean it off when you check it every time, of course, because it still will have oil on there and residue. So if you are unsure if it is full, if you need to put a little bit more in, check the dipstick, it will tell you. So the way I was talking about before, which is easier to pour, especially when the bottle's full so it doesn't go glug 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 and go everywhere, as you can probably tell mine has a little bit. Pour it on the side like so. It will pour a lot smoother. Reason, like I said before, that I don't do this is because my arm is well and truly fucked and I just can't hold that kind of weight on there like that. Okay, so all the oil's in. I kind of degreased it a little bit. I probably will take it to the car wash and do it properly later because I don't actually own a gurney. So checking the dipstick just to make sure it's all right. Now just be aware the car is on a funny angle as well. So when you're doing this, you do want to make sure it's on a flat angle, and of course have a rag or a bit of paper towel handy, just so you know that you're getting a clean reading. So basically what you do, pull it out, just give it a wipe, pop it back in, take it straight out, and then you'll have your oil reading. This is obviously way too full. This is the low mark, this is the full mark. But this is not a true reading as we are on a ridiculous angle right now. So when it's down low properly and I'm not recording and not having wind in my face, we will do it properly.
And there's also no oil in the filter, so it's also a dry filter.
Exactly. So yeah, some of the oil will go through the filter as well. So it is actually a good idea to check it once you've run it for a little bit, let it cool down, and then check it again just to triple check that it is correct. Thanks for watching again today, guys. I hope this video has helped you somewhat, at least a little bit. I do apologize for anything that is overexposed. I just had a little look and Flood was recording and my camera was on manual settings because that's how I use it. So I do apologize for anything that is overexposed or too dark or windy or anything like that. I will try and edit it out, but I'm pretty hopeless with that at this stage, so I can't promise that I will be able to. I'm not sure if I remembered to mention viscosity of oil. I'm pretty sure I did, but if I didn't, I might actually just do a whole separate video on that anyway, because it is a pretty important thing and integral to your engine. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you guys next time I do a video. Hopefully it will be next week. Hopefully, if I don't get distracted or if the weather's not shit, because we're really lucky it actually just started raining. It's meant to be raining all next weekend and of course meant to be good all next week, so how frustrating. But anyway, I'm gonna go get some lunch, take this to the car wash and give it a degrease. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Any feedback, please let me know. Positive criticism, anything like that, any feedback you have, let me know, because it all helps and it helps me help you guys as well. So thanks again. See you next time.